Salutations, welcome to all wonderful co-travelers in this sojourn of spirituality. We are sadhakas, we are jignasus, we are mumukshus, we are the shishyas, we are the bhaktas, we are the viragins, we are dharma sevakas, we are the loka sevakas. We are developing our remembrance, bhakti, sharanagati, prarthana to Parabrahma Tattva, to Paramatma, to the Sakala Devatas, to the entire Guru Tattva, Guru Parampara, to Shruti Mata, and to all expressions beings in whatever the form they are, but catering to our own living, doing, growing. It can be in the form of human beings around us, things around us, etc. Having saluted them, before we start commencing the study of our this ninth Upanishad, Shwethashwathara. Wonderful Upanishad. Today's 2-3 thoughts are, the title is Settle for the highest, never settle for the lowest. Settle for the highest, never settle for the low or lowest. This is the title today. Then take the pen, paper, keep on writing. What our mind intellect is proposing as goals, ambitions or aims or things to be achieved. And among them, what is highest and why is it so? What are the lower ones and why they are so? Discriminate. Because we are human beings. Because we are given the discriminating human intellect. Clearly understand. And therefore, we are given a choice to settle for the highest or the lowest. In our weak moments, for whatever the reason, we settle for the lowest. But that is not a compulsion like animals. We can settle for the highest, we can keep on working for the highest, we can reach. That is why that only in the human world there are gurus, there are shastras, there are spiritual sadhanas, there is the Lord, there are the blessings. What it means? The presence and availability of all these. Is it meaning to tell us to settle for the highest or the compromise for the lowest? What we are discussing is very sublime thought, very crucial, very tough and difficult, and too much of theory and very difficult practically. Yet, just for one reason that it is possible, we are voting for it. We are endorsing it. So, what are the things for which we settle generally lower? A list of 4 5 as an idea given. Remaining, one can work on those things. All this is intellectual exercise. Let us say, for example, settle at the body level. That I am the Sharira and body's comforts are mine. Now that thinking itself is so lowest. How can this 6 feet body or this body with all so much of nonsense in it and all can be the goal that when my body is happy, I am happy? Think about it. Is it possible ever also in the whole creation? Sometimes you have to be wise to see that that which is not possible, we should be able to sacrifice it, compromise, give it up. and that in which total harm is there. Even though I may get lot of individual profit, keeping the total in mind for the time being, we should be able to give it up or compromise. Like what is the farmers' agitation now in Punjab and Haryana? Their demands are perfect, but they are selfish. If they are yielded, then all other sectors of Indian things, whatever they develop, they all get stagnant. They are correct what they are demanding, but you can't fulfill them because you will be losing at other fronts. That government's concern. Government is not against to give what they want, but it has its effect at other place. So they have to compromise or madhya marga they have to search out. Because even though something is good, you can't cater to it at the cost of all other. Because life is all inclusive. Very subtle it is to catch. So शरीर की बात हम कह रहे हैं. So what is that sharira? The health of the body, good. Strength of the body, good. Longevity of the body, good. Bhoga through the body, good. But it cannot be the ultimate, no? Because Prakriti's rule is every sharira will have to grow and die. Now imagine, we can't stop that growth and death and all old age. Then all the things which he got at one time with the body, we can't get them permanently. Then the same happiness, comfort starts becoming miserable. Misery because we were settling at that level. कि शरीर से ही. Remember, the sharira can be of human, bird, animal, even all devata shariras have their own limitations. Therefore, they are all lower ones. So we have to think coolly, take one's own time. Need not come to conclusion or judgment immediately in this way or that way, but use your own discretion. Now, what was said in Aitareya Upanishad by Vamadeva, did he say that he has seen all the devatas also? And he understood even those devatas, Siddhis Devata Sharira, better than human but not ultimate. है ना? गर्भे एव शयान वामदेव एतमुवाच. So he has seen all devatas. He has gone through them. But they are better but not the best. Therefore, settling it aham dehosmi, settling at the level that through the deha, sukha and bhoga, I can be permanently sukhi bhogi, that is doubtful thing. That is not a correct, perfect thing. Think about it. Take one's own time. It's very crucial. They can't be told to anyone. Only those who are studying the Upanishad Shastras and those who have the guts, abilities to use the intellect and think. Only for those very rare few these are discussed. We will see this in our evening Yoga Vasishta when Ramaji will tell us everything. The Sharira Garhanam, the Lakshmi or Dhana Sampada Garhanam, Rajya Pada Garhanam. Garhana means ensuring, finding the faults with it and not settling for those lower. बट ये जितना मुश्किल होता है करने के समय उतना आनंद देता है when we can reach to the highest understanding. While doing this, we take the others of the great masters, those who have achieved, not the other people who are around us, who are even lower than us. That mistake let us never do of comparing us with the samsarins and falling down to that level. We are not samsarins, we are sadhakas. So we have given an idea as to can't settle at the sharira level to be sukhi. Come to the second level. What is the vastu level? Now these are those vastus I get. Then I will be happy. That also the same principle applies. Ki the vastus either cannot be with us permanently, they will have their own diminishing value, or better vastus may come in the world, or we ourselves may not be having continuous capacity to eke out the same sukha from those vastus. Rather, the same vastu which gives sukha one time, when the times change, that itself gives dukkha. The sweets, such a sukha they give at one time. But when we have diabetes and all, is not the same nectarine sweet has become the what do you call the visha now the poison. One example we gave. Now expand it to everything. So we can't settle again that the vastu prapti can give us shashvata sukha. Again, the same principle applies to the vastus not only in the human world, but even we go to the devata lokas anywhere, the vastu remaining vastu. That's it. It is affected by the kala, its value diminishes, and the same vastu which was an asset, giver of sukha, starts becoming dukkha, cause of dukkha. We ourselves may not be able to go through it or use it the same way earlier. Anything you take the car, नया नया मजा आया, but जैसा ओल्ड होते हैं, more repairs than using it. House, more repairs than using it. Other things they get slowly useless only. For some time they may give. It doesn't mean that we drop the deha. It doesn't mean we don't use objects. Idea is they cannot be the ultimate goals. They are only given for reaching some ultimate goal and managing at that level. Settle not at that level as the life's ambition. That is what the thinking going on now. मन के लेवल पे बुद्धि पे के लेवल हम विचार कर रहे हैं विचारणा कि why these are lower ones, why can't we settle to be permanently happy, free at this level? It's an open thing, it's a very clear discussion. There is nothing emotional or sentimental about it. It is absolutely logical and practical. We ourselves can be the examples and many others. Outer world. How many times the same body which gave us sukha and gave dukkha when we were deceased? You can't avoid disease, old age, and all. If somebody says, even then I'll go for it, then he is blocking his thinking because when the highest is there possible, we are not seeking for it, is our own foolishness. Nobody can stop such foolishness. It is one's own choice to be a fool. वही बता रहे थे ना, अगर हाईएस्ट पॉसिबल नहीं होता देन सेटल. The highest is not at all easy. It is many lives of so much of struggles and sacrifices. And yet, highest is highest. This ability to think that way, this way, understand, is the outcome of our regular study of Shastras for some decades. डेटा सफिशिएंट मिल गया, दिमाग काम करना शुरू करेगा, देन उस दिमाग में ये बात समझ में आने लगते हैं कि इन दिस वर्ल्ड द ऑप्शंस आर मेनी, द लोअर एंड हायर, व्हाट शुड आई सेटल फॉर एज द गोल? And always the lower ones are easily procurable. The higher highest is very difficult. And yet the ability not to compromise is the dignity of human being, which is very subjective. It can't be thrusted upon. It is I. Nobody can thrust on me, even God or the Guru or anyone around. I myself have to take my life into my hands, and I must discriminate as to what are the possibilities that can be taken as goal, and in that what is the lowest, what is the highest. Then should I go for the low or higher? Nobody will stop me in non-thinking. Nobody will stop me in thinking. Nobody can stop me in correct thinking, and nobody can stop me in deciding for the lower or the higher. But the consequence to be faced are by me. That is the most important point. लेकिन मुझे अल्टीमेटली कॉन्सिक्वेंस लेना पड़ता है. Nobody is responsible. So if I settle at the body level, yes, at some time I can enjoy through Shari. But once it becomes old and all, You become so miserable because they host me. This they is becoming old, dilapidated. It is not giving me the comfort sukha as it was giving earlier. I want it continuously. It can't. That pathetic misery at that time is unbearable. And but still, okay, never mind. I'll die. I get another sharira, and I'll be bhogi with that sharira. Then every life it will be like that one. Not wanting and not able to think higher, settling at all the lower level is called as delusion and arrogance. Moha or ahankar. No, it is your property. You suffer. It is my property. Let me suffer. God will not interfere. Guru will not interfere. Nobody can interfere. Like na, if with my ego I settle at the lower ones, you know, who can do what? किसको क्या पड़ी है बताओ? That I don't want to think higher and I don't want to give up my that insistence or the ego. Very subtle, but we have to one day start thinking in these angles. So the Sharira Visa, Vastus Visa. Now the third one is the Log people, isn't it? People, whether they are any relations, need not specify. Again, in every relation, there is always then more than lane. Again, only lane is not possible. है ना? देन भी पड़ता है, नहीं तो लेन नहीं मिलता. पूरा लेन देन का व्यवहार है ना? Only when I give, then they give me back. When I stop giving, they also stop giving back. Whether it is respect, whether it is love, whether it is service, whether it is concern, etc., etc. Again, like the Sharira and objects, people also, human beings or anybody, they have their own destiny, their own individual prarabdha. No beings can be together permanently or the same way all the time. The biggest disappointment in our life is what? कि तुम 5 साल पहले कितने प्यार से थे, अब नहीं हो. अरे महाराज तुमने भी बदल गया अंदर से. That the others know it. And some places, like you are now studying Vedanta and you are slowly growing in your knowledge. Now you can't be attached to the world as you were earlier. It can't be. You can be if you are only coming to the class as a time pass, nothing is taken seriously. Then you continue to be attached and suffer. But generally, it is expected that after vigorous study of Shastra, the mm, goal starts becoming divine. Then, about the people, we continue loving but not as attached as they were expecting earlier. You can't. So, obviously, the same thing will be from other side too. Parents, let us take example. They can't love permanently and serve us. They become old. And like the body and objects, a time comes we have to serve them. One day they will die also. Know that dukkha? That doesn't mean you can't have parents and serve them, but that can't be goal. That's why I'm saying. They can be our duty, our love to them. But what we are talking is settling for the lower or the higher as the goal. This is the topic. Don't forget the main topic. In the same way, the wife or husband. No, अपने अपने choices बदलते हैं, priorities बदलते हैं. Then again, the abilities, capacities of the body, they keep changing. You can't settle. The moment the grandchild, the woman gets her, she's attached to such that fellow or fellow so much, so she can't give same attention to husband. Now this husband का इतना लगाव है, he will suffer. He's good, he's honest, he's not wrong. But where he has gone wrong is settling at the lower level, isn't it? Then he is frustrated all the time. And she is not wrong, the grandchild. उनका mind ऐसा लगा है. You can't command, no? She's not a machine that switch on karo, off karo. Mind, intellect, such a dynamic, volatile things. They go on changing in their emotions, understandings, priorities. The vasanas influence them, the prarabdhas influence them. अरे अरे इतने सारे चीजें होते हैं बाबा. Not thinking in this way, we settle at the people level. One, two examples of relations we told. Parents or children. Everywhere it is like that. A friend. He can't be. He will grow. His प्रारब्ध will take him somewhere else. हाँ, उन दिनों में अच्छा था, हम खट्टे मिलके खाते थे, पीते थे, but you cannot have it permanently. That's what Lord Krishna taught, you know. He was everywhere. He gave everything he could give to it, everybody, anytime, but he never settled anywhere as is a goal or anything because it can't be. He settled only in the highest that I am Brahman. That's it. We are talking about settling in our intellect what could be, what should be the ultimate goal. And it is possible. Main point is possible. Yeah, it has lot of efforts to put, sacrifices, lot of patience. How many number of lives we need for it, we don't know. That is secondary. But primary, like if I look into my own heart right now, आप भी कोशिश करो. With the help of the study of Shastra so far, understanding the permanency of the truth and temporary nature of other, what should be our final thing to be settled as ultimate goal? That is where is the result of all the study of Shastras. With all these knowledge, yet we settle for lower, then we are cheating ourselves. Or we have not got the sufficient data or knowledge received. Or not, we are not working on that. Now, all these mistakes we have to rectify. Again, the first thought, if the highest was not there possible, then we could settle at the lower levels. But it is there, the permanent is there, one can settle for it. At this moment, I may not be qualified for it, no doubt. I may not be able to do anything to reach to it. That's okay. But once we discover that to be ultimate, then even it is by little, we start qualifying for it, start, moving towards it. एक दिन मिल जाएगा वो ultimate. बाकी, how much ever we struggle and get it, very soon you get, compared to the ultimate. But equal soon way it goes away also. जितना जल्दी आएगा वो उतना ही जल्दी चला जाएगा, leaving us at the very same 0 point from where we started. Is it okay for you? Then continue. No compulsion. It's very subjective, deep intellectual analysis it is. कोई कह सकता है नहीं फिर भी मुझे यही चाहिए, अब उसको कोई बदल नहीं सकता, वो बदलाव अंदर से आना चाहिए उसको कि what I am selecting by my choice is wrong. I must not settle for the lowers. I have to settle for the highest. In the same way, let us say the fourth one. We saw Sharira, we saw the Vastu, we saw the Vyakti. I have not given all examples, details. Main thoughts are explained. That's it. Fourth is the lokas, the worlds. Ye loka, this place is not good, better, convenient. Other loka, better. But as we saw, to go to that loka, you have to spend a lot, and in that loka, this loka problem may not be there, but that loka's problem it will be there. Clear? No loka is free from troubles or problems. Isn't it? Lava garmi aaye mano. So it's so hot the room is. The fellow suffers and looks at the fellow who is enjoying the AC. उसको AC है, मुझे नहीं है. बट AC वाले का प्रॉब्लम इनको समझ में नहीं आता. In that AC room, lack of that proper oxygen, physiologically how it affects, and थोड़ा AC कम ज़्यादा हो गया तो सर्दी लग जाती है. The all lung related things that will happen. क्योंकि लगातार तो ठंडा हवा जा रहा है. And that person staying in the AC suddenly comes out. The difference in the temperature, how much it affects him. More than all that, to pay that AC bill, how much he'll have to spend to earn that money, how many corruptions he has to do. For that, how many times he'll have to go to Naraka. ये बंदे को नहीं पता हो, उसको लगता है वो एसी में है, मजा में है, वो लोक में है, मेरे लोक से वो बढ़िया है. एंड एसी वाला से यार थोड़ा हिम्मत करके झेल लेते ना, without AC, staying under fan or simply that is better, he thinks. Please, a person in the jungle thinks, I'm all alone without any comforts, let me be in a city. That is how the jungle fellow made the cities. पहले सब जंगल में ही थे और सिटी वाला सोचता है कि व्हाट ए हसल एंड बजल यार हाउ नाइस इफ इट इज इन द सेरेन एटमॉस्फेयर ऑफ द जंगल उधर के उधर पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव होते हैं इधर के इधर पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव होते हैं करेक्ट therefore any loka we go will have a problem there. Let us say Indra Indra is top. All others are his subordinates only. So as a subordinate, you have to receive orders. तो क्या मजा है उसमें बताओ हाँ आई वॉन्ट टू बिकम इंदिरा इंदिरा हैज हिज ओन fear of retirement time. He is not permanent. Think about it. So my own sharira at that level, vastu that level. Vyakti level means the relations with others or myself want to be in a position or going to any lokas. Anywhere we go, they're all lower only. If we settle that to be the goal and work for it, we will definitely get it. But it is temporary. Again, we are back to zero. समझ में आया बात? That is why in that Venkateshwara Suprabhatam, all of that it is written that the devatas and people who have done punya and going to Devaloka look back and feel regretted. Ki instead of through Sharanagati reaching Paramatma or Vedanta Dhyana, we sought for Swarga, we did punya. Hare Rama, we are going there. Oh. See that Yamadharmaraj himself felt regrets, no? Ki why I sought this Yamapada, which was fascinating earlier, but now when I come here, it is so limited. कुछ दिन अच्छा लगता है बाद में रूटीन है वो isn't it? Even a prime minister post after some time it's a routine, it's boring and it has so many limitations, conditions. Now the last fifth one is what? The pure sarva vyapaka aham brahmasmi anubhuti. Whether we have fully understood it or not, whether we have understood the means to reach it or not, other whether we are qualified or not, ये सब बाद में सॉर्ट आउट हो जाएगा पहले तो वो एक चीज है being the substratum which is far away from us now, endowed with so many difficulties, tapasyas, sadhanas, sacrifices, facing the obstacles, facing the tests and challenges. अब उसकी गिनती नहीं है सेकेंडरी है वो सब बट ये एक संभावना है कि नहीं द वन who understands these three things. One, only that can be the ultimate goal for which we have to settle. Second, it requires so many of these sacrifices, hard works to do, and it can prolong for many, many lives. Third, I am going only for it. The one in whom these three are clear, he has understood the cry of all the Rishi Muni. He has understood the essence of the Uttama Vedanta Upanishad, moksha giving moksha shastras. He is the one who, without compromising at lower level, used the intellect maximum and made right use of the intellect in understanding and deciding for the highest. Now, he may go through many lives of ups and downs and sufferings, but if that settling for the highest is not compromised, if not today, at least after 1,000 lives, he will realize that self. The other fellows, 1,000 times he may go to Swarga, but he will come back. Lack of times he may become Indra, but again he will come back. Millions of the people he may have to appreciate, but everybody will go. Wonderful bodies, thousands of times he must have got. Nothing was permanent. So many objects may be provided in front of him, but nothing permanently enchants him. See the thinking. If we can really this way use our intellect for our own interest and think, and then know what is temporary, permanent, what is real, unreal, and settle for the highest. We will be helping ourselves. And don't compare with others. In the whole world, people don't use their dimag, therefore, the lower only appears higher for them, so they settle for it. How can they be example for us? बताओ, we are studying Shastras, we are contemplative. They are in the world. वो लोग कैसे हमें एग्जाम्पल हो सकते हैं सोचो. For us, the example are great masters, the rishis, munis. And वो सब उनको चुनकर उस अल्टीमेट को सेटल होकर they tried for it and they reached. Remember them, na? Sage Vamadeva, Shwethashwathara Rishi, then our Mahachamasya Rishi. Every of the Upanishadic rishis, the great Mahatmans, not only of that time, even these times, the great Puja Gurudevs, the Bhavana Maharajas, great Ramana Maharshis. So are they settled at lower? No. Did they achieve the highest or not? Yeah. This is the thing. Settling for the highest, not for lower. Think about it. The contribution of the Upanishadic study continuously in our life is in this way to think and decide the ultimate. Remember, keep that in the goal as the goal in the mind, then trying to understand that goal and the means, do whatever required. In the meantime, go through all the other jamela. वो तो चलता ही रहता है. You understood? Knowingly, unknowingly, we do papa punya. Accordingly, the dukkha sukha will come. In our own behavior also with things and beings, differently we act. Positively if we do, positive result comes. Negative, वो फिर दूसरा एक ट्रैक है, चलता ही रहेगा. But heart in heart, I am settled for Paramatma as the goal. That's what Nachiketas. That's what is Prahlada. That is why every day in every class we take them as an example that they have never settled or compromised for the lower. They are the highest. Beauty is what they reached out it. अब देखो हमने उसको सीख ही कर दी क्या नहीं. We have not looked for it as a goal itself. Why will we work for it? Such people are called deluded. What is delusion? Not knowing the ultimate is there, they were not choosing the ultimate as a goal. Then therefore, looking at the lower, taking it as higher, settling for it, working for it, continuously suffering. They are called as deluded samsaris. When we never studied Shastras, all this data was not there, so justifiable for us to be that way. But you and I, having gone through all Upanishadic Adhyanam, what should be the minimum outcome or result of that? Minimum is the acceptance of presence of the ultimate and settling in it to be the goal. Again, I am repeating, 10th time today, we may not be fully qualified right now to reach. So many weaknesses, negativities, inabilities, incapacities, सारे होंगे. But कोई बात नहीं. If that's the goal, one by one thing in each of the life, it goes on changing. है ना? आप देखो एक बार गोल ले लिया फिर उसका इंस्पिरेशन ले लो वहां से, फिर वो पाने के लिए क्या करना है जानते जाओ, फिर वो करते रहो. फिर वो फ्रीडम भी है कि नहीं हमको. Remember, don't have the infinite powers. Same time, we are not zero powerful also. We have 0.001 power. That is enough to start journey. The remaining starts falling in right place. Isn't it? The joy in life, real joy in life, where our heart, our mind, intellect, every one of them will one day agree and accept is we have chosen the ultimate goal. Today, the same mind, intellect, senses may oppose it, like all the stupid opposition parties, because their frustration that they are not in the power are so much against, jealous of the government, trying to do every natak to topple them down. Isn't it? If not now, at least after a few years or few janam, they will realize what they are doing is wrong. like the other countries in the world, including Pakistan, they will realize the honesty of India, if not today, after some time. Because we are not harmful, we are harmless nation. And the government is doing good for the country now. There is no Gotala in last 10 years, no corruptions of any sort anywhere. One or two individuals, it can be, but individual ka problem ho. That person may be belonging to but you can't blame that way. But the others, the whole thing itself is against country. The Indian human beings must know that how the opposition through their agendas, plans are only bent upon destroying the nation. अवेकन होना है एक सीट भी नहीं देना उनको बस it's a great opportunity. You miss it on any other pretext, you give power to corrupt people again, लेने का देना पड़ेगा फिर से. If they are wise, they will understand one day. Like the wrongly projected people as great post independence. Or we are not knowing now that their decisions are the ones which brought calamity to our country. Because in time we will know what is true, what is not true. All this we are saying to say that even though we have Zabardasti has chosen the Paramatma as the ultimate goal, today our own personality layers may not agree, but in course of time, slowly, steadily, they will agree, accept. Because truth is always truth. When the truth is selected as the goal, this is a correct decision. It can never go wrong. At the lower level of our weaknesses, habits, we may not agree with it. We may be even arrogant also. These are all inner aberrations. उसको साफ करना पड़ता है. Like every children know what their parents tell is correct. But when will they know it? When they themselves become parents. Why didn't they know when the parents were telling? At that time, they were biased or arrogant or preconditioned in their minds. That's why what parents saying, they are not able to agree or correlate with. Same way, the Shastras, the Gurus, when they teach us Sadhya Sadhana, at our lower level हमको लगता है कि ये सब बकवास है, बेवकूफ है, not required है, the Arthakam alone and should be the goal. But as a human grows on maturing, then he will know that what Shastra Guru say, as that is a goal to be settled for, that is the path. We will eventually come to agree to it. Everybody, like the Britishers had to agree, it is their country, they should rule left. One day the Christians will agree it is wrong to convert. The other day Muslims will agree that it is wrong to kill people on the name of any, because they are wrong basically. It can't be right. Same way, settling for the lower and wanting the highest is a wrong decision. Highest is achieved only when the highest is the goal. So let us settle for it. मैंने सेटल्ड है ना, फिर उसके लिए भी क्या करना है करते जाओ. अब उसमें सेटलमेंट ही नहीं है, सेटलमेंट ही गलत जगह पे है, तो हम वही करेंगे. Why we are so worldly even today? Because in our heart in heart, we have still settled for the worldly भोग. इसलिए हमारा मेहनत उसी तरफ है. ऊपर ऊपर very superficially we are somewhat spiritual. Our spirituality is matha teko, prasadam teko. That's it. But deeply in the heart, if we settle for it, then once I am settled for it, let me work for it. There's a world maybe. Settle to make a house, you work for it. Settle to get married your daughter, match fixing, you work for it. Settle to सब जहाँ settle होता है दिमाग उसके लिए मेहनत करते ही हैं. Settled for divorce, then they file the case and all. अब जो भी हो सेटल हो गया तो पर करते हैं मेहनत उसके लिए. And once we start doing, it starts happening. The same forces of the world, outer inner, which were obstructions in the beginning, they themselves become the helping things little later. Because that what he has chosen, that person, is highest. Though they all will be later on obliged only to support him, not oppose. याद रखना इस बात को, क्योंकि हमने लक्ष्य को, अल्टीमेट लक्ष्य चीज को लक्ष्य माना। कौन कर सकते हैं बताओ ये? That's what we see in all our movies up to 1980s, 90s. Not like today that villain is definitely killed only by the hero. ये अब होता है. But in all the movies, in all languages, in every movie, the final conclusion is the villain realizes his mistake and becomes friendly to the hero. Because hero was honest, loyal, he was truthful. हर एक मूवी ऐसे दिखा. It was a beautiful idea of the greater what it means, the directors of those days. अब ऐसा नहीं है, विलन को मार ही दो, मतलब nobody changes in the world. He'll have to continue to be negative and he should die with negative. Change is not possible. That wrong concept is given nowadays in all the movies, which is wrong. It will enter into the mind a wrong thought कि नेगेटिविटी से मरना ही पड़ेगा, हम कोई अच्छा नहीं बन सकते. But those movies, they used to show कि villain will realize, accept his mistake, surrender to the police, say sorry to hero. That is the correct way of saying. Anyway, so have we settled for the highest or not? Yes means our study of Shastra is fulfilling. If not means some more study we have to do. And again saying 20th time, just because we settled for the ultimate, just now immediately that is not gain for us. We have to do the sadhanas, the sacrifices, uncompromisingly, ruthlessly. Oh, amount of struggles we can't say. because ये बात ऐसा होता है, जितना हम करते रहो, पर पिछले का क्या प्रारब्ध है, नया नया क्या हम बना रहे अनजाने में, कौन कौन हमारे नोन और अननोन शत्रु है, दिस आर ऑल देयर. हाँ, you can't know. Somebody does harm to us without their knowledge. like अब कार में जा रहे हो रोड पे, कौन आके डैश करेगा उसको भी नहीं पता, पर डैश तो हो ही जाता है. He never meant it. He took a right turn, he hit something, and somehow he lost the balance and he hit our car. There's no logic you can find. He never intended like that. But nuksan to hua. So these things happen in life. One becomes sensitive to each of them. One slowly negotiates through them. When he holds on to the Bhagavan and Guru, their power, their tapasya, their kripa, karuna starts coming and slowly lifts this person from that samsara samudra to the moksha anubhuti, which was his goal because he settled for it. But once it is reached, yadgatva nanivartante tadhava paramam mama. है ना, यल्लब्ध्वा ना परम लास्ते, यत् सुखात न परम सुखम, यत् ज्ञानात ना परम ज्ञेयम, तद ब्रह्मेत्यवधारय. आहा, है ना, छोटे छोटे कितने भी शिखर चढ़ो, नथिंग लाइक माउंटिंग द एवरेस्ट, इजंट इट? सो टू छोटे छोटे गोल्स कुछ भी बनाओ, नथिंग लाइक रियलाइजिंग द सर्वव्यापक ब्रह्मन एज माय ओन सेल्फ. It may be far off, it may be difficult, yet our intellect has capacity to accept it as goal. So use that. Same intellect will have the capacity to discover the means and slowly it will walk. Even maybe slower than a snail. But snail is walking. It will cross that road. So settle for the highest, not for the lowest. ॐ ॐ ॐ ॐ सहनावतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि. भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोक शंकरं सुकृते बहुधा भवतो भविता समदर्शन लालसत्ता अतिदीनमिमं परिपालय मां भव शंकर देशिकमे शरणं ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तं ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव सिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः मोक्षसाधनानां पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्तिविश्व आध्यात्मिकप्रगति एकता प्राप्त्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्मसंस्थापने कङ्कणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां पूर्णायुरारोग्यक्षेमस्थैर्य श्रद्धाभक्ति शक्तीनां प्राप्ते शत्रुविघ्ननिर्मूलनद्वारा धर्मसंस्थापने दिग्विजयार्थम् अनेकशास्त्राध्ययनसाधना प्रयत्नमध्ये श्री कृष्णयजुर्वेदान्तर्गत श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः श्री आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम श्री कृष्णयजुर्वेदान्तर्गत श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषद अथ श्री आद्यशंकराचार्य कृत मंगलाचरण श्लोकम्। ओम नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। अगेन नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Friends, this mantra day before yesterday we saw one common level of meaning. Shanti mantra yesterday we tried to understand it in more details, more practical way. The theoretical common explanation is invoking the grace of Paramatma for all these 5 things to happen. Sahanavatu, Sahanamunaktu, Savirya Karavahat, Yesinavas. Practical level, the meaning is what? You and I, as two people now seated here as speaker and spoken, in any other relation with those relations, practically these 5 things, with all the capacities we have to try and achieve at our own level. So yesterday, first thing we have seen, all the 4 in 2 minutes we can see, because all are same. First was Sahanau Avatu, means what? Avatu means Rakshana. So I have to do the Rakshana of the Sadhaka in me, Mumukshu in me, Viragi in me, Jignasu in me, etc. etc. I have to do the Rakshana of my own Upadhis of Sharirendriya Manobuddhi. That's called as Avatu. Let me protect myself. You know that common example given when the son is given so much of money by the rich father, telling him for any work, that fellow will never know the value of that money. आप उसको कहते कुछ नहीं दूंगा जाके खुद कमाओ, When he will know the difficulty in earning money, therefore the value of money. In the same way, when we try to protect our own Sharirendriya Mana Buddhi, the difficulties we go through in it, the sacrifices we have to do for it, teaches us how sacred they are and how the God and the Guru, their tapasya, they are spending for our own sake. हमारे लिए वो लोग spend तब उसका वैल्यू पता चलता. We pray to God, Guru, and they bless us, and we don't know the value of it. खुद करके देखो, to maintain the health of the body, how much planning we have to do and live of our food, our rest, our activities, etc., etc. तब पता चलता है कि क्या कृपा हो रही भगवान का हर मिनट हमारे रक्षा करने के लिए. Then we make right use of it. So that is the intention of this discussion. Idea is given, rest one can think. सहनाओ अवतु, मुझे मेरे अपने आप को बचाना है. हाँ, दिमाग है, मनुष्य है, फिजिकली तो बचा ही रहे हो थ्रू ऑल कंफर्ट्स, सो टू बचाओ द सीकर इनसाइड एटसेट्रा. So I here as a Vakta, I have to protect myself. This is what we explained yesterday. And equally is my job. Is this is what the more crucial thought कि I should protect you all. What best I can do for that I must do. I can't be negligent, careless towards you. Because you as a Shrota complete me as a speaker. Should I not recognize it? All our Rishi Muni Gurus know it, like Puja Gurudev. He as a Vakta or the Acharya or the Guru, when he has to teach to the youngsters as students, not like the earlier days now. Time badal gaye. Therefore, the audience or listener, the Shrota or Shishya, need a sort of some safety, security, comfort. How much Gurudev in initial days struggled to create an ashram, to bring the resources which are comfortable enough for the brahmachari to stay there and study. He did not like the earlier days said कि नहीं तुम सब त्याग करके आओ जो मिलेगा उससे सुखी रहो साधना करो. Times have changed, it can't be. Therefore he provided proper food 3 times a day, gave that place to stay, gave security, comfort. This is the meaning of Sahana Avat. Protected his children from others. You know, lot of times as in the course, Brahmachari course में, lot of gadwits happen, हो जाते हैं वो. We may fight with the committee there or the other workers. Gurudev used to back us only. He used to protect the brahmacharis, etc. It was very tough challenge for him. Committee भी required होता है, उनको भी बचाना है because they are the workers outside. They are the one wing, one hand. Brahmacharis, etc. are the future torch bearers of the entire organization. You can't leave them. दोनों को बचाना होता है. So struggles, when you go deep in details, you'll know the trouble. So idea is he has protected us. So like that, I as a speaker have to protect myself. You as a listener have to protect you. My job it is. Same from your side. You have to put your 100% efforts to protect the listener, the seeker, the audience in you. Then the protect the speaker also. सहना तो कोई अर्थ है क्या? आफ्टर प्रेइंग टू द गॉड वी शुड नॉट लीव इट टू हाँ प्रे कर दे अब तुम करो मैं कुछ नहीं करता. ऐसा नहीं होता है, हमको भी करना ही पड़ता है लगातार. Otherwise, what God is blessing, we ourselves with our mistake, we may lose it. You pray, I got you. हो गया उनका काम. अब मैं अपने मूर्खता से ऐसे करूं कि आप मुझे छोड़ के जाए. You can't blame the God for it. I can't blame the God for it. I have to be wise. There can't be alternative. रहूंगा बेवकूफ और सब ठीक ठाक होना चाहिए. It's a wrong proposition. I have to become wise. That's the only way. Wisdom, I have to buy you, I have to befriend you, I have to value. ये सारा करना पड़ता है. तब जाकर I protect you, I protect myself, you protect yourself, you protect me. Then we come together for a sufficient period of time in which the main purpose of communicating the scriptural knowledge happens. Swayam is other relations, a wife and husband. But in them, the goal is mutually exhaust whatever the prarabdhas are there, vasanas are there. वो relation का purpose अलग है. इस relation का purpose ultimate है. इसमें भी only up to teaching to you my job. Listening from is your job. Once that's over, you are in your own inner deeper meditation. You transcend your own jiva bhava. What to talk about me as a person other than you? But at the ultimate point, again we reach. We meet together. But before that, to have this healthy communication of knowledge, Sahano Avatu is required. Not difficult to understand. Very easy. Like you want to get your daughter married. Match fix ho gaya. Now, in order to make that marriage happen, how careful you are to protect that samdhi and yourself. प्यार से बात करते, इनवाइट करते, उनके घर जाते, गिफ्ट्स ले जाते, बिकॉज यू वांट टू प्रोटेक्ट इट, बिकॉज मैरिज हैज टू हैपन, द डॉटर हैज टू सेटल. करते हैं हम ऐसे हर जगह ही करते हैं. ओनली इन स्पिरिचुअलिटी वी फॉरगेट दैट वी नीड इट हियर आल्सो. आई एम टॉकिंग ओनली फर्स्ट वन ना, सहना भवतु. Now comes, now that is enough, data is given, you contemplate on it, wherein we have to protect ourselves, the world in front of us, both of them are our jobs. And luckily, if the other well also reciprocates it, together it becomes a great synergy. Equally true is second one, Sahanau Bhunaktu. Sahanau Bhunaktu means what? I have to nurture and nourish myself with the knowledge gained. I have to see to it that knowledge gained by you is nourishing and nurturing you so that you are not prone to and you have the immunity to save yourself from any of the wrong things in your life. So to myself. That's the first meaning of Sahanau Bhunaktu. I have to be nourished by this knowledge, etc. The other meaning Bhunaktu is what? Let there be joy in me that I am able to do this work. Let there be a joy in me that I am able to give this to you. And I should make you also feel that you are no way lesser just because you are a listener. Because in every of the relation, both are equally important. कोई सुनने वाला नहीं, गाना इतना बढ़िया गाता है, लेकिन सुनने वाले ही नहीं है तो फिर उन गाने का कोई मतलब ही नहीं. So with that idea, in this play of the universal happening, today I am a speaker, but other day I am a listener. Today you are a listener, the other day you are a speaker. To somebody else, not me. So you are equally sacred to me. So I should see to it that you cherish that, enjoy that identity. Not I tell you, I am the speaker, you are the listener, I am greater than you are lower than me. Then I am not doing Sahana Monak. Actually, as important the boss is, so important are subordinates. Na? For whom is a boss if there are no subordinates? ये थोड़ा सटल चीज है, पकड़ पाएंगे ना तो वी आर मेच्योर. That is why Samatha taught in all our Vedanta. Each is in his own place is important. You can't say anybody is more, I am more important than anyone. That is the delusion. That is the wrong notion. So Sahana Bhunaktu from my side is, I try to make you feel secured, comforted, and inculcate that self-respect in you. वही तो हर दिन मैं कहता हूँ, इस कलयुग में कौन है मेरा वेदांत सुनने को आते, बट फॉर यू द ग्रेट पीपल. एंड ये मैं आपको मस्का मारने के लिए नहीं कह रहा हूँ, इट्स अ फैक्ट. दैट इज व्हाई आई टोल्ड यू 6 months बैक, 1 year बैक, मजा आया था कि नहीं उस दिन की. I was wondering earlier why the people are leaving the class and going. Now I wonder why are you staying? आश्चर्यवत पश्यति. Why are you still staying? For if not for your goodness, if not for your jignasa, If not for your prarabdha, avikyam. But the thing is what? Sahanam Bhuna. Because that feeling of security, comfort, happiness, if I can't give you, not only I failed, then you will look for a better alternative and you go. होता है कि नहीं? Sahana Bhunaktu is important. I have to keep your comfort in my mind. Especially because the path is very tough. Like every parent thinks, I went through such hardships, my children should not go through. तो अपने भी बच्चों के लिए थोड़ा आराम बनाता है कि नहीं? Guru also like a father. He should do that for the child, the disciples. That's the meaning of Sahanam Bhunaktu. So he comes to the level of students, understands their limitations, problems, etc. Then he encourages by istimad aisa aisa karo. Protect karo bas. Sahanam Bhunaktu. Now from the other side also, the disciples should also feel that we are doing good job of studying great shastras. And then they should make the Guru also happy by their gestures of being regular, being sincere, doing the required homeworks, reporting the things. अब इससे गुरु को भी अरे मजा आता है, अरे यार जो मैं कर रहा हूँ उसका असर हो रहा है. You know, if the disciples are selfish, ruthless, egoistic, are not concerned about Guru's comfort also, then Guru one day will get frustrated. He will also ठीक है हो गया, अब जाओ तुम जीवन मुक्त हो गए, मैं बंद कर दिया है दुकान. If every Guru thinks like that, stops or closes the teaching, then who will give us the Tattva Jnana, Shastra Jnana, Moksha Jnana? The whole world become more destructive. No? Think about it. So, Sahana Bhunakti is a beautiful, matured concept that I enjoy what I am doing and I make you enjoy. You also do the same. Because when this Bhunaktu is there, then the inspiration will be there all the time. Like a person who is climbing mountain and all. What is inspiration to be unnecessarily frustrated in climbing, palpitation, oxygen level getting reduced, such a unconditional, मतलब unconducive weather around. बट फिर भी अंदर से एक है मैं वो पहाड़ चढ़ूंगा. ये गोल है जिसका आनंद इसको उस डिफिकल्टी से आगे ले जाता है. Those who can't discover it, कौन चढ़ेगा पहाड़ बस घर में लिफ्ट में. In the same way, I have recognized goodness in you and encourage you to be happy, to be comfortable, that you are doing the best thing, keep it up. So, to the listeners, any relation ऐसी बात. The only reason for which the husband has to love the wife so much that she is tolerating this fellow. See, the unique one in the population of 800 crore people in the whole world, she is the only one tolerating you. How much respect you must have for her. This is the way when you look at it, then our orientation changes. In her only you will see Jagat Mata, Kali Mata, Bhadra Kali and all. So too she is. The same way, now the third one is Saha Viryam Karavavahi. Virya means empowerment. Because to do the sadhana, Virya Shakti is required, no? So let me live my life with that type of discipline that I am not lacking in my energies, abilities, powers to do my work of teaching to you. I'm telling my anybody's example. Sahaviryam is this one. You know, if I don't manage my all faculties of intellect with its quietness, calmness, sharpness, mind with its concentration, body healthy, then I can't communicate the jnanam to you. So I have to do that viryam. I have to be intact. And I have to see to you also that your viryam also is maintained. Otherwise, you also not healthy or any problem. But this I can't do you now because you are hundreds, thousands kilometers distance. But in the days when these mantras are chanted, they were in same Gurukula. Speaker, spoken, Guru, Shishya. इसलिए सावीर्यं करवावा है. Guru used to take care of the children's virya shakti. In the sense, proper khana dena, rest dena, taki they have sufficient energy for this crucial work. And the higher viryam is at the mind level of love, at the intellectual level of conviction. बुद्धि में कन्विक्शन स्ट्रांग है, मन में प्रेम ज्यादा है, इवन शरीर आदि में कमजोरियां है तो भी काम करते रहेंगे. That was the old days way of living life. Intellectual convictions, emotional loves were so strong that they could negotiate through the physical ailments or disabilities and yet do the work. Guru does that. Sahaviryam karava. He himself is 78 years old age physically, yet his mind intellect because of conviction, he goes on pulling that work of teaching this. Disciples also doing so much of ashram work, ये वो करके थक जाते हो. Guru, by inculcating in them the importance and value of the goal, he makes them love the goal. He makes them convinced. When they are convinced intellectually and mentally love, their वीर्यम will be maximum. चलिए गुरु महाराज कोई बात नहीं, हम थक कर आ गए फिर भी सत्संग सुने. Like that, there are very subtle adjustments we have to make. Sahaviryam karavava is that is the meaning. I have to create my own virya, stamina, strength. I have to see that you do. So too, you have to do that same thing. Sahaviryam karvaya mein, Guru being very old those days, Sahaviryam means the disciples will help in procuring things for the Guru, whether it's bhiksha kaho or arrangements for the yajna. उससे Guru's virya, Shakti is conserved, then he can teach the lessons. He has an energy. It is mutual. That's why the Balarama and Krishna or Krishna and Sudama went to fetch that things required for the ashram maintenance. When the Guru Mata या Guru Patni told, बेचारे रातों रात खो गए, बारिश हो गई. They didn't know they'll be alive or not. Next day, Guru Sandipani goes, Maharaj, and he finds them and he's so happy with them. He blesses. He says, Chandyansi Ayata Yamani. Every Shastra you study from me freshly remains in your mind. All that blessings the Guru gives. But the idea of the quotation of that example now is to empower the Guru and the ashrama. They were working in collecting the things required so that Guru need not struggle. Such a beautiful thought, Saviryan Karavava. Hey, at home also, if the husband is helping the wife to maintain her strength and energy and inspiration, by himself coordinate. ये तो कोई हस्बैंड लोग ना ये जानते नहीं बेचारे बहुत सारे. They don't know she is also human being. She also gets tired. He should थोड़ा हाथ बटाओ थोड़ा काम में. In some funny families, he thinks he's a boss, makes her do so much, and like a buffalo sits on a chair and gets a coffee, drink, and कुछ भी नहीं करता हो. It is not right. It was allowed in the joint families earlier. कोई ना कोई करते ही रहते थे. अभी न्यूक्लियर फैमिली हो गए, you will have to work. Good to see in many modern families of these, what do you call them, nuclear family, foreign countries especially, the husband doing the shoe polish of the wife's shoe, washing her clothes, ironing them. It's a natural scene nowadays in all big thing working people. Because he understands that she also has to, be given that support. Not like earlier, he never worked a man. नहीं चलता आजकल. He will also cook, he will also do बर्तन मांजी. जो कपल माँ बाप को छोड़कर जाते हैं ना पैसे कमाने, उनके घरों में ये अंदर चलता है. They think others don't know. Everywhere same thing. Silently from the washing machine, he will take out all the clothes and put it. Silently, he will wash all the utensils at home. सब्जियां काटेगा because she is tired that day. Good understanding. साहब करवा है बाबा, चलना चाहिए. Now the tejas, Adhitamastu, महाविद्विषावहै ही इम्पॉर्टेंट है, उसके लिए भी एटलीस्ट 10 मिनट्स वी हैव टू स्पेंड. ओम 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 पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो परमशिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Thank you.